If your belly fat won't budge, you're not broken. You're just breaking the rules that make intermittent fasting actually work. Once you follow these 7 simple rules, fasting stops being a guessing game and starts becoming the fat-burning tool it was meant to be. These aren't gimmicks. They're backed by science, and if you stick to them for even the next 2 weeks, you'll start noticing your waistline tighten and your energy rise. And before we dive in, do me one quick favor. If this helps, hit that like button, subscribe to From Heavy to Healthy, and drop a comment with your biggest struggle when it comes to belly fat. All right, let's get into it. Rule number 1, pick one eating window and keep it consistent. The most popular and easiest to start with is 16-8. That means 16 hours fasted, 8 hours eating. Example, from 12 noon until 8 p.m. you eat. Outside of that, only calorie-free drinks. Here's why this matters. Your body doesn't like chaos. If your eating times change every day, insulin spikes randomly, cravings increase, and fat loss slows down. But once you pick a fixed window, your hormones start adapting. Hunger cues sync with your schedule. Insulin stays lower for longer. That's when fat loss clicks. One simple action step. Set 2 alarms in your phone, one for your first bite, one for your last bite, and follow them every single day. Rule number 2, break your fast the right way. What you eat first sets the tone for the entire day. If you open your eating window with juice, cereal, or pastries, you spike insulin, trigger cravings, and crash your energy. But if you start with protein and fiber, you stabilize blood sugar, stay full longer, and keep your fat-burning switch on. Eggs with spinach, Greek yogurt with berries, chicken with avocado, these are your go-to plates. Think protein first, carbs later. If you take one thing from today, let it be this. The first bite matters more than the last bite. Rule number 3, know what breaks a fast. This is where most people sabotage themselves without realizing it. During the fasting window, the golden rule is 0 calories. Safe options are water, black coffee, plain tea, and electrolyte mixes without sugar. Gray zone items, like sweeteners, a splash of milk, or flavored waters probably won't destroy your progress in tiny amounts, but don't abuse them. And the definite no-go list. Fruit juice, soda, creamers, protein shakes. If it has calories, it breaks your fast. Remember, a tiny splash here and there adds up. Protect your fasting hours, and you'll double your results. Rule number 4, hit your protein target. Fasting only works long-term if you preserve muscle. The fastest way to do that is to eat enough protein inside your window, the sweet spot. 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight per day. So if you weigh 80 kilos, that's around 130 to 175 grams of protein spread across 2 or 3 meals. Protein not only builds and protects muscle, it keeps you full and burns more calories just through digestion. Think of protein as the anchor of your fasting plan. Every plate should start there. Rule number 5, move more than you think. When people start fasting, they often drop calories but forget to move. Here's the truth. Steps burn more fat than gym sessions. You heard that right. 10,000 steps a day can burn 200 to 300 calories. And if you time a walk after meals, you'll also lower blood sugar and reduce cravings. That's a double win. So set a daily step, goal in 8 to 12,000, and use meals as anchors. 10 minutes after lunch, 20 minutes after dinner. This alone can be the difference between progress and plateau. Rule number 6, protect your sleep. Most people focus on food and forget about rest, but lack of sleep is a fat loss killer. Aim for 7 to 9 hours. Why? Because poor sleep raises cortisol, lowers testosterone, and ramps up hunger hormones. Translation, more cravings, less fat burning. Easy fixes. Dim lights an hour before bed, cut screens, and finish eating at least 4 hours before sleep. A simple evening routine like stretching, reading, or even a short walk can do more for your belly fat than another set of crunches. Rule number 7, hydrate smarter. Water keeps your fast easier, but plain water alone isn't always enough. You need electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium, especially if you feel tired, get headaches, or crave salty foods while fasting. Start your day with half a liter of water plus a pinch of salt. Aim for 30 to 35 milliliters of water per kilogram of body weight over the day. It keeps cravings low, energy stable, and your fasting much smoother. Now let's recap these 7 rules so they stick in your head. 1. Pick a window and stay consistent. 2. Break your fast with protein and fiber. 3. Keep your fasting hours calorie-free. 4. Hit your protein target inside your window. 5. Hit 8 to 12,000 steps, ideally with walks after meals. 6. Get 7 to 9 hours of sleep and cut food before bed. 7. Hydrate with water and electrolytes. Follow these rules for the next 2 weeks, and you'll notice fat start melting off stubborn areas like your belly and love handles. So what's the next step? Once you've got the basics down, you'll want to build them into a structured plan. That is exactly what we'll cover in the next video. The 14-day belly fat reset for absolute beginners. I'll walk you through a calendar, a grocery list, and exactly what to expect each day. If this video helped you, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment with your biggest fasting struggle. That way I know what to cover in future videos to help you even more. Stick to these 7 intermittent fasting rules, and you'll be amazed at how fast your body changes. This is the starting line. Your new routine begins today.